So can you please confirm me in the chat box once? So people from the online, can you able to hear me? Can you please confirm me in the chat box once? Okay, great. So good morning everyone. So thank you so much for joining. So is there anyone who just joined today? So people from online. So you can just put in the chat box if you just joined today. Confirm me in the chat box if it is a first class. So anyone from offline who joined today? So you attended yesterday's class? Offline or online? You attended, right? Okay. Okay. So let me just give you the introduction of this course. So as I discussed yesterday, in this particular course, we have two modules. One is only AWS and the other one is multi-cloud. So this particular course have minimum 40 to 50 classes around, minimum 45 classes. So we will discuss with only AWS. So if you want to go with that module one, so with only AWS, you can choose this. So after completing AWS, you'll be dropping out. Coming to multi-cloud. So in this particular course, along with AWS, we will also discuss Azure, Terraform, and deploying this Terraform via pipeline as well, any of the pipeline. So this is about multi-cloud. So people who choose this multi-cloud, even after AWS, they'll be getting continued. So people choose, if they choose only AWS, so they'll listen to the AWS and they'll stop at there. So who choose this multi-cloud, so they'll be continued in the next 1 month as well. So whatever the module that you want, you can always choose. Okay. Pricing details of these modules, I request you to contact admin. So you can see in the chat box, right? Sir, our admin is Arif. So he already sent the contact number of him. So for module one, how much, if it is only AWS, what will be the price? Or if it is multi-cloud, what will be the price? So you can always reach out to the Arif. So he'll be helping you with the course content. And along with that, he'll be helping with the pricing details as well, if you have any queries. So initially our classes will be on AWS first. Once we completed AWS, then we'll be moving to the multi-cloud called Azure or Terraform. So we just started discussing about AWS. So we try to understand about what is cloud. We try to understand about what is cloud and all. We are at the basics. I'll be recapping this session as well. And we also have videos on the topics what we discussed. Last few classes are recorded and uploaded into the YouTube. So those links are already shared in the chat box. So you can always watch those videos and you can come to me if you have any questions. So people who missed the last few classes. or people who are listening from last few classes. So we are repeatedly just concentrating on a single topic. We haven't moved in depth of AWS, or we haven't started discussing of in depth of services. So since new people are getting joined day by day, so I'm just repeating the same session again. So this will be continued for 1 or 2 days. After that, we won't be again recapping all that. So even though if we recap, it's just for 10 minutes or 5 minutes, we'll be jumping into the new concept. People who already listened to this, whatever I discussed till date, just bear with me for some days, like 2 to 3 days, and it will be good for you again if you are listening to that, so you can remember it. So there is no disadvantage in this. Coming to the time perspective, yes, there will be a delay of 2 3 days, but it's okay. So if you are listening to that again, you should not think that it is waste of time, because we can see that everyone is new to cloud, or everyone is new to IT, or new to AWS. So listening to the topic again, that won't be a disadvantage. Okay. And this will be happen for 1 or 2 days just. After that, we will not come back. We will just move forward with the new topics only. So when I'm explaining something, I have to keep in mind who just joined newly, right? So if we didn't recap that, so they felt confused, because since they are very new. So we have to take care of them as well. So try to understand that. So when we talk about what is cloud, so people who joined from last few classes, what is the example that we have shown about cloud? You can ping in the chat box. So Google Drive. Yes. So people who just joined today, so if they have any confusion of what is cloud, so cloud is not a tool basically. So nothing we are going to install on our laptop to do something in cloud, because cloud is not a tool, or not a client, or not an exe file or something. Cloud is a technology. Cloud is a technology which is provided by multiple service providers. So the same cloud technology provided by Amazon, the same cloud technology provided by Azure, the same cloud technology, I mean Azure in the sense Microsoft. Microsoft provides Azure, and the same technology provided by Google as GCP, Google Cloud Platform. The same cloud technology provided by multiple service providers. Each and every service provider providing a particular technology with particular name. Amazon provides Amazon Web Services. Microsoft provides Azure Cloud Platform. Google provides Google Cloud Platform. Here, whatever the cloud may be, it can be AWS, or it can be Azure, or it can be GCP. The concept is the same. See, when I talk about bike, it can be a different bike. It can be a Spender Plus, or it can be a Bullet. The concept of making a bike is same, right? It will have the engine, it will run the engine. If I talk about internet service providers, we might have a different service providers who provides internet. Act will provide internet, Geo will provide internet, Hathway will provide internet. The service provider may be different, but the concept is same. The use case is same. Even though in cloud also there will be a different namings of the services, or different UI style, but the concept is the same. Whatever the concepts that we have in AWS, the same concepts will be there in Azure as well. But the difference is it can be names. In AWS, if I want to create a virtual machine, I can call it with a different name or different service. In Azure, with a different name or a different service. AWS console looks in a different way. Azure console will looks in a different way. So what is a console? Console is something whenever you sign up into a particular account. We all know the Flipkart, right? If I want to use the Flipkart, what I'll do? I'll sign up into the Flipkart account. The moment when I logged in into Flipkart account, I can see all the products which are available in the Flipkart account. The place where you stand and from where you can see all the products which are available in Flipkart. So that place is nothing but console. Similarly, if you want to use Google Drive, you'll create a Google account. If you want to use AWS, you'll create an AWS account. If you want to use Azure, you'll create an Azure account. Okay. Whatever we do in AWS, everything we will do it from the console only. Whatever the resources that we create, whatever the resources that we delete to modify, anything, everything will be in the console only. So whenever you want to practice AWS, the first step that you always need to do is creating of our AWS account. The first step that we always need to do is creating of our AWS account. So here, when I talk about a Google Drive example, see, when I sign up into the Google account, we have different services available in the Google account. Gmail is one of the service. Google Drive is one of the service. Spreadsheets is one of the service. Google Chart is one of the service. Google Classroom is one of the service. Whatever we required on based on our use case, we were using it, right? So even though in AWS also, whenever you create AWS account, you can see different services which are available in AWS. We will use whatever the service that we want. So if someone asks you about what is cloud, let me tell you this. As I told an example yesterday. So for example, I created a Google account and I want to use Google Drive. If I create a Google account and if I want to use Google Drive, okay. So here we will use Google Drive to store our data, right? So we will always create a Google account. We will navigate to the Google Drive and we will upload our data into the Google Drive. Whenever we are uploading data into the Google Drive, are we maintaining any physical device with us? We are not maintaining. Simply we are just uploading it. It means it is getting stored somewhere physically. Okay, because it won't really store it in the air or somewhere, right? It has to be stored somewhere physically in a physical machine. Whenever we upload data into the Google Drive, so that will physically get stored in a physical servers, physical machines. The responsibility of these physical machines will be taken care by service provider. Okay, it means in a short statement, if you want to remember what is cloud, instead of you maintaining your infrastructure, service provider will maintain your infrastructure. Instead of you maintain your infrastructure, service provider will maintain the infrastructure. So that is called cloud. Along with that, I told you another statement called pay as you go model. So pay as you go model means how much you use, you will pay for it. I can use cloud platform for different use cases. I can use different services. For each and every use case, there will be a service which is available in AWS or Azure. See, if I want to create virtual machine, I'll be having a service available in AWS or Azure. If I want to store the data, I'll be having a service available in both AWS and Azure. Similarly, whenever you create a Google account or you create a Microsoft Outlook account or whatever it is, if it is Google account, you will call it as a Gmail account. If it is Microsoft account, you will call it as Outlook, right? The both services are meant by to send an emails only, software as a services. If you want to use Google Gmail, you'll create a Google account. If I want to use a Microsoft Outlook, I'll create a Microsoft account. Gmail use case and Outlook use case are similar or not? Both are similar. Both are will be used to sending an emails. But Gmail might have its own features or own style of looking. Outlook might have a own style of looking. Right? Both use cases are same. Similarly, even in AWS also, you can create AWS account. If you want to use Microsoft Azure, you can create a Microsoft Azure account. If I want to use for a storage is my purpose. For storage, I might have a different service in AWS, different service in GCP, Azure. But the concept is same. Similarly, like Microsoft Outlook or a Gmail. Clear? So we have a lot of services available here. So here, when I talk about services, what else, like, what other services are available in AWS or Azure? Whatever the service that we required for IT infrastructure, almost all these services will be available in both cloud platforms. See, for example, if I want to develop an application, we all know that if I want to develop a Flipkart application, or if I want to develop a Manabadi application, if that is my requirement, I don't know about cloud, for example. I want to host it on-premises infrastructure. So what is on-premises infrastructure? If you are maintaining the physical infrastructure along with you, that is called on-premises infrastructure. So when I talk about on-premises infrastructure, if you are maintaining your infrastructure physically, that is called on-premises infrastructure. So when I want to host a Flipkart application or Manabadi application, the first step that I always need to do is I need to set up a network. Okay. And inside that, I have to place a servers. Inside that, I have to host the applications. Setting up of this network and servers is not that much easy. Setting up of this network and servers physically is not that much easy. See, if you want to buy a laptop, a physical laptop, since the configuration is very less, whatever the laptops that we were using, hardly 8 GB of RAM, not more than that, right? So whenever we were using this very small infrastructure, we are having this much size of laptop. If it is 4 GB or 8 GB of a RAM, assume that if I have very high configuration and I want to run it 24/7 and n number of users will access my application, means access my server, assume that how much care that we need to take whenever we are setting up an infrastructure for that use case. Definitely, I should have a room with an air conditioner because my infrastructure will be running 24/7. Will Flipkart application will not be accessible at any time? It will be accessed 24/7. How many users will access Flipkart application? Thousands of users, lakhs of users will access it. And how big the application is? The application is very big. The traffic is very high. At the same time, whenever we are doing the such kind of things, our infrastructure also should meet its criteria, right? So I have to buy many things if I want to set it up physically, like hardware, like servers, switches, routers, cables, air conditioner, power backup should be there. There will be an expenditure of power bill. There should be an admin who always need to take care of it. So this we have to take whenever we set up a physical infrastructure. After setting up physical infrastructure, if I couldn't able to manage it, or if I didn't get the project, or if I lost the project, if I do not have money to invest, because it definitely it will be in lakhs. Even it is a startup company or even it is an MNC company, it doesn't matter. The infrastructure matters. We have to spend. So we have to spend. So because of this, so people are facing many issues. To avoid this, people are migrating into the cloud. To avoid this, people are migrating into cloud. So when people are migrating into the cloud, when people are migrating into the cloud, they don't need to maintain all these things. Simply they can sign up into the AWS account, the way how you use Gmail or how you use Google Drive. So we can create whatever we want. See, Gmail is also hosted on a particular machine in the backend, right? So that machine responsibility is taken care by service provider. Similarly, here also, you will be just creating an account. Whatever the services that we required for IT infra, all the services will be available. Whatever you want, you will be creating in AWS console, and that infrastructure will be maintained by service provider. See, if I want to create a network, there will be a service available in AWS. If I want to create a server, there will be a service available in AWS. If I want to monitor this server, there will be service available in AWS. If I want to store some data, there will be a service available in AWS. So for each and use case, there will be a service available in AWS. Understood. So learning of AWS or learning of Azure, as I said earlier, it is just how to use, where to use. Okay. The way we discuss in our sessions is like we will take up a use case. We will see what services will fit for that particular use case. I will explain about that service. I will show you the practical of that service, and I'll be sharing you the running notes of the service, and I'll be sharing the video of that service. So that whatever we require to learn that particular service, we will be having all options here. So the only thing what we need to do is we have to just put time on that by watching the video or by looking at the document and just practicing it. And every day we will be having at least 20 minutes of time to ask your questions. So I'll be helping you to clear all your answers. And even though we have the lab also, there will be mentors who will be helping you as well. Okay. So now, for example, okay, when I decided to use particular cloud platform. See, using of cloud platform is nothing but you will be creating whatever you want. In the backend, the infrastructure will be maintained by a particular service provider. So now, whenever we create something, whenever we create something, definitely a physical infrastructure should be get stored at somewhere, right? If I'm working for an Indian client, if I'm working for an Indian client, I'm working in India. So I'm working for Indian client. So Indian client means the product which we are using in India. For example, one of the product is Flipkart or Abibus or Redbus or anything, IRCTC. All these products are Indian based only, right? IRCTC will not be used in US. It is an Indian product or any other product. So whenever we are working for an Indian product, so obviously the traffic which is coming for that product will be coming from India only. 100%, like 99% traffic will be coming from India only. So now I decided to set up an application or set up a product. For that, I want to use cloud infrastructure. So I have created an AWS account and I started building the infrastructure. Whatever the services that I want, I were creating here. So definitely in the backend, the infrastructure should be get stored physically at somewhere where that will get stored. So as I said earlier, okay, it will get stored physically at somewhere and AWS will take care of it. Where it will locate it physically. See, for example, if I wanted to manufacture costumes, like a shirts or whatever it may be. I wanted to launch my product in India and I wanted to launch my product in US. Should I always manufacture a product in US and exporting to India all the time? Will I prefer it? Always manufacturing the product in warehouse where it is in US, and all costumes what I manufactured, will I export it to India all the time? Will my business will work out if I did that? Will my business will work if I did that? There are a lot of complications. What if I start warehouse in India itself and manufacturing the products which are required, which required for India, manufacturing in Indian warehouse and exporting the different cities? So what would I prefer? Maintaining the warehouse in India or maintaining the warehouse in US? Obviously, I'll prefer to maintain my warehouse in India. Clear? So now I want to establish some product in India. I want to create an infrastructure. I have created an AWS account. I started creating of infra. What would I prefer? Do I need to maintain my physical infrastructure in India or will I prefer to maintain my infrastructure in US? So because see, if I created a computer in AWS, it requires RAM CPUs that has to be stored physically at somewhere. Will I prefer to store that RAM CPUs or whatever infrastructure in India or will I prefer to store it in US? Because whenever a person tried to access something, the request strictly going to that hardware where it is located. If I put my server in US and if people are accessing it from India, always the request has to be traveled to US to hit the server. Am I right or not? So even though if I create anything in AWS account here, it will be stored physically here. Assume if it is in India. If someone accesses my server, application or whatever it may be, indirectly the traffic should be routed to this hardware only, right? Am I clear or not? So when it is routed to India, that is fine. Always should I want to put my server in US and route it to US? Will that make sense? If my product is only using in India? No, it doesn't make sense. I want to maintain my infrastructure is also nearby, wherever I stay. Am I clear or not? So in that case, in that case, AWS enters into the market in the concept of regions. AWS established regions in each and every country. Okay. So, for example, whenever I have a particular city in my hand, if I want to plan something, how will I plan? I'll just make it as some particular areas and I'll just remember in those areas, right? For example, if I wanted to supply some milk to the entire city, so what I can do, I'll just mark it as some particular areas, and in each and every area I'll try to put some shop or whatever it may be. From there I'll be exporting it, right? That is how AWS designed regions in each and every country. So you can ask me a question that, sir, will AWS or Azure, whatever it may be, in each and every country, do we have only single region? So the answer is no. Based on the usage in the respective countries, AWS might launch multiple regions. US might have 4 or 5 regions because the usage is more. Whenever the usage is more, obviously the infrastructure they should maintain more. Understood? So initially, for example, if I want a product nearby, it is available in Mumbai. So I will travel to Mumbai to buy the product. Later on tomorrow, it is available in Bangalore. So instead of traveling to Mumbai, what I'll do? I'll go to Bangalore and I'll buy it. Day after tomorrow, if the product is available in Hyderabad, instead of traveling to Bangalore and Mumbai, I'll just go to Hyderabad and I'll buy it. Understood? So if the usage of the product is less, they can just start with Mumbai. If they feel that, okay, there are a lot of users coming from so and so city, they can start another warehouse near my region, right? Similarly, whenever the AWS launches the regions, AWS launches regions based on the customer usage. Earlier in India, we supposed to have one region, which is Mumbai region. Okay. Whenever in the console, AWS console, whenever I want to create something, I supposed to select Mumbai region and I supposed to create it. Even now, we are also using Mumbai region only. But later on, when people started using more AWS, okay, AWS launches another region in Hyderabad. So people surroundings at Hyderabad, they don't know to go with Mumbai region. They can use Hyderabad region so that their infrastructure will be get stored in Hyderabad itself. But Hyderabad region is 100% not yet functionality. The way how we are using Mumbai region, like in Mumbai region, as of now, everything is available. Everything is not available in Hyderabad region. They just started, right? It will take some time to get bring into live like everything in Hyderabad region. As of now, organizations mostly using Mumbai region only because when they started using of a particular region, whatever the Mumbai region offers, everything should be available in Hyderabad because again they can't use Hyderabad region for some services and they can't go back and use Mumbai region for some other thing, right? So as of now, everyone is following Mumbai region. So we can also follow the Mumbai region. For just knowledge, I'm just saying you, we have also a new region in Hyderabad. Okay, it is located somewhere near. Uh, we all hear about Pharma City, right? Long back. From there, around 15 or 10 kilometers nearby, Hyderabad region launches. Okay, just remember that. So we do have a Hyderabad region, but since we are all using Mumbai region. Okay, so for example, if you are working for US client in real time, because all our clients are not from India, right? So for example, if I work for DBS, like DBS Bank, if I work for a DBS Bank, so DBS Bank may be the product where in Singapore or somewhere, which will have more traffic or more usage. So they will use that particular region. For example, if I'm using a pharmaceutical company which is located in US, obviously, if it is located, the company is located in US, that the infrastructure also should be located in US only, right? So that whenever we create an AWS account, we will be selecting the US region and we'll be working in that. The reason why you always need to understand about the regions is, even though when we were practicing, we always choose the region, whatever the region that we wanted to work. If today, if I started working in Mumbai region, tomorrow once I log into the AWS account, I forgot and I just shifted to some other region. 70 to 80% of services are region specific. It means if you created a virtual machine in Mumbai region, that machine cannot be seen in other region. If you create something in Mumbai region, you may not see in some other region. If you are not following a particular region, if you are not following a particular region, if today you selected a Mumbai region and if you created something, and once you logged in tomorrow, you selected some other region and if you created something, you will forget to delete the resources. Understood? Because whenever we practice something, we make sure we have to delete that. If you are working it unnecessarily, if you are working with different regions, if you are not following a one region, you will not have any idea like what you have created yesterday in which region and today what you are trying to create. You will forget to delete the resources. And if you forget to delete the resources, what will happen? The billing will be get generated. You should never do that. Okay. And using multiple regions at a time and jumping from one region to other region without any region is also not a good habit. Because if you're working for a particular client, if their infrastructure in particular region, you have to follow that region. You have to make sure. The habit is whenever you log in into the AWS account, top right side you can able to see, okay, this is the region I was there, so this is the region I want to follow. So this is what you always need to follow. Understood? So that is one thing that you always need to remember. So now within the region, for example, if this is a region, inside the region we will be having an availability zones. Again, it also depends on usage. Every region will not have only 3 availability zones, or every region will not have only 2 availability zones. Beginning we supposed to have 1 availability zone in India, after the 2 availability zones. Now we have 3 availability zones within the Mumbai region. Whenever we deployed something, okay, that will be stored across multiple availability zones. Even one availability zone goes down, immediately the other availability zone will be up. Understood? Whatever the infra which we stored, in each availability zone we have a different data centers as well. In each availability zone we also have data centers. So when I talk about data centers, you know the meaning of data centers, right? The place where our machines are getting physically stored, that place is called a data center. If you are maintaining that data center in your office, you'll be calling it as on-premises infrastructure. If the data center is maintained by service provider, you are calling it as a cloud. Data center is nothing but a place where one or more servers are getting placed and maintaining. So that place you'll call it as a data center technically, not more than that. Okay. So this is about regions, availability zones, data centers. Clear? So people who have not created their AWS accounts, people who have not, so I think people from online, many of them created AWS account previously. Can you just respond who created the accounts and who have not created the accounts? People from online, offline, did you create it? You have not created. You have not created. You have not. You have an AWS account. Okay. So people who joined previous classes, they have created an AWS account. People who just joined from last 1 2 classes, they have not created an AWS account. So whenever you want to create an AWS account, you have to make sure an ATM card with you. Okay, a debit or a credit card, whatever it may be. So that card should enable online transactions on your app. Okay, and along with that, uh, if if it is an ICICI bank, if you go to the iMobile app, there is an options to enable online transactions or international transactions. You should enable that. So once you enable, you have to have a Gmail which you have not used for AWS account earlier. One Gmail you should have, and one card you should have. With those details, you can able to create a AWS account. So people from offline, do you have card with you now? People who came, like who wants to create an AWS account. So if you do not have card, you should bring your card to create an AWS account. Without card, you cannot create your AWS accounts. Okay. So from your card, 2 rupees will be debited from your account. Okay. So people who have not created an AWS account, it's just a sign up process, nothing complicated in it. So in YouTube, so we have previous sessions, right? So already the videos are in the chat box. Some day 3 or day 4, we have seen how to create. Day 3, we have seen how to create an AWS account. So go to day 3 and just check how you can create an AWS account. So step by step, I have created an AWS account on that day. So it nothing technically involved in it. Just going to the console and just typing AWS console login. and just going to the link and just clicking on create new account, so that you can get it from day 3 video. So in the day 3 video, I have explained how to create an AWS account. Please go and watch the video and create an AWS account. If you got stuck at anywhere, so on the next day, please let me know. Please share your screen. I'll help you to complete your sign up process. Okay. If you got stuck at anywhere, so I'll be helping you. People from online, you can just share your screen and you can show it to me. People from offline, you can just bring your laptop to me. I'll help you to create your AWS accounts. So now, when I talk about a server, I already told you, server is nothing but a machine. Server is nothing but a computer, or a server is nothing but a laptop. The only difference between our laptop and a server is our laptop is having very less configuration. The configuration is very low, but the configuration to the server will be high because a lot of requests traffic will be coming to a servers. Okay. So here, when I talk about server is nothing but a machine, I just told you, right? So we also have IP address. So many people have the confusion of what is an IP address, what is a network. So we will try to understand that today. What is a network? What is an IP address? Okay. So let me go with a very small example. For example, this is one house. So this is another house. Okay. There is a person who is staying in this house. There is a person who is staying in this house. This is one house. This is one house. There is a person who is staying in this house. There is a person who is staying in this house. So this person will have a professional name, right? For example, Shrikant is his name, and he might have a nickname as well. So assume that his name Srini is his nickname. So he might have Venkatesh as a professional name. Venki has a nickname. Venkatesh is his professional name. Venki is his nickname. So here, when I talk about the communication between these two persons, see, you are all belongs to a different house and I am belongs to a different house. If you want to communicate with me, will you talk to my, will you call me with my professional name or nickname? You won't call with my nickname, right? Because even you don't aware of it. If you don't have any relation, like we both related to different houses. So if this Venkatesh should call this other person, with which name he'll call? So when there is a person inside here, he also have the two different names, like professional name and nickname. If these two persons want to talk to each other, what will be the name they use? Nickname they'll be using, right? Similarly, this house is nothing but a network. Network 1, network 2. Okay. So this person is nothing but a server. Whenever you want to create a server, you should create a network first. Inside the network, you will place the server. And this server will have a public and private IPs, right? Public IP is nothing but professional name. Nickname is nothing but a private IP. So here, this is nothing but a public IP. This is nothing but a private IP. The communication between two different networks will be happen with public IP or private IP? Public IP. The communication between within the network will be happen with public IP or private IP? Private IP. See, for example, it is an IRCTC network. This is an IRCTC network. We have a server of IRCTC. There is an application here to book the tickets. From my laptop, I always booking a ticket. Will I call public IP of this server or private IP of this server? This is my office network, my home network. I want to book a tickets. Will I use public IP or private IP? Public or private IP? Public IP. But in general, we will never use IP address to book the train tickets. We will use irctc.com or any domain name. Okay. So we will attach the domain name to the IP address. To do this also, we will be having a service available in AWS. Okay. So whenever people access this irctc.com, that will be routed to the public IP. To do this also, we will be having a service in AWS to route the traffic from domain name to IP address. So we will be having a service in AWS. Clear? So simply I can say that the external communication with the public IP, internal communication with the private IP. So network is something which you will create your own place to place your server. Server is nothing but the place where you host your applications or databases. See, whenever there is a bottle, if you fill your bottle with water, you'll call it as water bottle. If you fill bottle with drink, you'll call it as drink bottle. Similarly, when there is a server, if you host application on that, you'll call it as application server. If you host a database on that, you'll call it as database server. That's it. Clear? So this is about network. So now let's go with online questions and then we'll come to the offline questions. Okay. So people from online, if you have any questions, I request you to raise your hand. So I'll be clearing all your doubts. Imran, I allowed you to talk.
So, can you tell me so you explain availability zone. So
Yes.
there are any types, different types of availability zone, or
No.
just
Availability zone, we'll be having the names like AP South 1A, AP South 1B, AP South 1B. I said 3 availability zones we have, right? The name of the availability zone is AP South 1A, AP South 1B, AP South 1B. Availability zones are nothing but the places where you locate the physical servers, right? The names is 1A, 1B, 1C.
what is difference between them?
There is no difference. 1A, 1B, 1C, which maintain the physical infrastructures. If I feel that I want more security, I'll be putting my server in 2 places. If one server goes down, the other server will up. Clear?
Okay. And yeah, and is there any differences between hardware or same?
There won't be no difference between hardware. Availability zone is something whenever you want to store it in multiple locations. That's it.
Okay.
Clear? So whenever
Yeah.
you're creating an EC2 instances, whenever you are creating a servers, so you'll be understanding more about those availability zones whenever we are creating a VPC and all. So we will work with availability zones in depth so that you all get to know whenever we are working with that. Okay. I just give you the high level introduction today. Clear, Imran?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah. Chaitanya, I allowed you to talk.
Hi sir, good morning. Sir, yesterday I got an issue, right? My account got suspended. Then you are saying you should create a one case,
Yes.
then they will
Yes.
call you
Yes.
like that. You are saying, right,
Yes.
sir?
Yes.
Sir, but yesterday I created that creates case, but still now the status is showing it unassigned only. It will take some time or what, sir?
Can you just share your screen if possible once?
No, sir. Sir, currently I'm joining in my mobile. If you want
Okay.
tomorrow, I can share.
Yeah,
Actually.
please share that tomorrow. I just see that, what options that you selected and all. Okay. Clear?
Okay, definitely.
If not, we'll create
Yes,
a case again. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Srinivas, I allowed you to talk.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Srinivas.
Sir, you said that availability zone that Mumbai and Hyderabad, but
Hmm.
we are in Hyderabad.
Hmm.
Okay. But my server hosting in a Hyderabad data center.
Hmm.
When I am accessing the point of view,
Hmm.
can I, instead of Hyderabad, can I place my accessing area in that Mumbai, sir?
క్వశ్చన్ నాకు రిపీట్ చేయండి ఒకసారి అర్థం కాలేదు.
నేను హైదరాబాద్ లో ఉన్నాం మనం.
మీరు హైదరాబాద్ లో ఉన్నారు. ఓకే.
అవైలబిలిటీ జోన్ ఉంది.
ఓకే.
మన అప్లికేషన్ ఇక్కడ హోస్ట్ చేస్తాం జనరల్ గా మనం యాక్సెస్.
మీ అప్లికేషన్ హైదరాబాద్ లో హోస్ట్ చేశారు అంటున్నారు.
ఇప్పుడు నేను హైదరాబాద్ కాకుండా నేను యాక్సెస్ చేసుకునేది ముంబై నుంచి యాక్సెస్ చేయొచ్చా?
సి మన అప్లికేషన్ యుఎస్ లో పెట్టినా సరే మనం ఎక్కడి నుంచైనా యాక్సెస్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే. బట్ ద రీజన్ ఈస్ లేటెన్సీ. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నా అప్లికేషన్ ని నేను ముంబైలో పెట్టినా హైదరాబాద్ లో పెట్టినా లేటెన్సీ పెద్ద డిఫరెన్స్ ఏమి ఉండదు, ఎందుకంటే వీఆర్ ఆల్ బిలాంగ్స్ టు సేమ్ కంట్రీ.
Yes, sir.
సో ఆబ్వియస్లీ నియరెస్ట్ రీజియన్ లో మనం పర్టికులర్ దాన్ని పెట్టుకుంటాం.
Mm.
బట్ వెన్ ఎవర్ వీఆర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ ఎ డిఫరెంట్ కంట్రీ, మనం వేరే రీజియన్ లో మనం అప్లికేషన్ పెట్టాం అనుకోండి,
Mm.
సో వెన్ ఎవర్ వీఆర్ యాక్సెసింగ్ మనం యాక్సెస్ చేయలేమని కాదు, ఇప్పుడు యూఎస్ లో సైట్ కూడా మనం యాక్సెస్ చేయగలం, బట్ ఆల్వేస్ ఇట్స్ టాక్ అబౌట్ ద లేటెన్సీ అనమాట. సో లేటెన్సీ పెరుగుతుంది కాబట్టి ఇఫ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నాకు యూఎస్ నుంచి వచ్చే ట్రాఫిక్ ఏం లేదనుకోండి, సో ఐ కెన్ ప్లేస్ మై సర్వర్ ఇన్ ఐదర్ ముంబై రీజియన్ ఆర్ హైదరాబాద్ రీజియన్. హైదరాబాద్ రీజియన్ లో యాజ్ ఆఫ్ నౌ వీఆర్ నాట్ ప్లేసింగ్ ఎనీ సర్వర్స్ యాజ్ ఆఫ్ నౌ, ఎందుకంటే ముంబై రీజియన్ ఆల్రెడీ వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ ఇట్ ఫ్రమ్ ద లాంగ్ టైమ్, రైట్? సో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ అవైలబుల్ ఇన్ ముంబై రీజియన్, సో వీఆర్ ప్లేసింగ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇన్ ముంబై రీజియన్. సో మనం ఎక్కడ పెట్టుకున్నా సరే విత్ ఇన్ ఇండియాలో వీ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ అ మచ్ డిఫరెన్స్ అబౌట్ లేటెన్సీ. క్లియర్?
Yeah, yes, thanks.
Yeah.
Sir,
Karna allowed you to. Yes, Srinivas, tell me.
sir, first AWS enroll అయ్యి మళ్ళీ Azure చేసుకోవచ్చా?
Come again.
ఫస్ట్ AWS ఎన్రోల్ చేసుకొని రికార్డింగ్ అన్ని ఒక
AWS enroll.
అదే సార్, మీరు ఫీజు కట్టాలి కదా.
మీరు కొంచెం అది ఒకసారి ఆరిఫ్ తో మాట్లాడండి. ఈ సెండ్ ద కాంటాక్ట్ నెంబర్, రైట్? యా ప్లీజ్ రీచ్ అవుట్.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ కర్ణ.
సార్ ఇది నిన్న నేను AWS అకౌంట్ క్రియేట్ చేశాను సార్, అయితే అది ఒక్క నిమిషం, ది పేమెంట్ మెథడ్ కెన్ బి వెరిఫైడ్ అని వస్తుంది సార్, కెనాట్ బి వెరిఫైడ్ అని వస్తుంది.
సో మీరు ఏ కార్డు వాడుతున్నారు?
నేను తెలంగాణ గ్రామీణ.
మేబీ ఆ కార్డ్స్ కి ఏంటంటే ఈ ఆన్లైన్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్, ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ఎనేబుల్ అయ్యి ఉండవు. Okay, so lot of people will face the issue whenever they use these cards. So I listen to them like couple of times. Okay, so ICIC గానీ SBI గానీ లేకపోతే ఇవి ఏమైనా ఉంటాయి కదా, సో ఆ కార్డ్స్ లో మీరు ఆ యాప్ లోకి వెళ్ళి ఆ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ఎనేబుల్ చేసుకుని యూస్ చేసుకుంటే డెఫినెట్ గా వర్క్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, అది ఓన్లీ మనకి కార్డుతో ఇష్యూ ఉంటేనే అట్లా వస్తుంది.
ఓకే,
క్లియర్?
ఓకే, క్లియర్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
So any other questions from online? Let me look at the chat box. So your question, so let me read your question, DJ. I have no problem. So yeah, so DJ, so there won't be any issue, so you can listen to this class and you don't require any prerequisites for this as well. It will be technical, but you won't be get confused, so you can understand it very clearly. Sumanjali, I allowed you to talk. Please unmute and ask your question.
Hello.
Yes, please tell me.
Good morning, sir. This is my very first class. So, actually, I'm from a non-IT background.
Your voice is not clear. Yeah.
Hear me now?
Yeah, please tell me.
Like, I'm from a non-IT background.
Okay.
My question might be stupid. Like, does it require any basics of programming language like that for learning this AWS?
So you don't require any prerequisites to learn this. Anyway, I'm explaining it from the very scratch. Okay. So
Okay.
you can just come with a fresh mind and you can listen to that.
Cool, sir. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Yeah. Imran, I allowed you to talk again. So you message something in the chat box.
Yes, actually, I want to ask you when the course will continue regular time at 7:15.
So the regular time will be always 7:30 only. Okay. So once the sessions are get confirmed, okay, when the sessions are locked, so the link will be getting changed. Okay. So
Okay.
even now you can join at 7:30, no problem. We will
And
be.
it would be, sorry,
Yeah.
yeah, continue, you continue.
Come again.
Yeah, actually, I was saying this class is for 1 hour. Am I right?
This class is for the actual timing of this class is 7:30 to 7:30 to 9. Okay, 7:30 to 8:30. Like around, I'll start around 7:35 or 7:40 or something whenever everyone attended. So up to minimum 8:30, I'll be teaching. Okay, sometimes 5 minutes before we can end up based on the topic that we choose. After that, minimum 30 minutes to 20 minutes, I'll be allowing you for the questions. Even we have the offline students here, so they'll be asking couple of questions and you'll be asking the couple of questions, right? So I'll be clearing of all your doubts.
Yeah, that's I'm aware that. But
Mhm.
actually, since a few days is going 7:45, and
Yes.
as discussed with admin, they said this timing is actual 7:15. So I always connect that course at 7:15. So, but
Don't
since
consider the
yeah,
7:15. So I'm teaching the class, right? I'm confirming you. Class will be started at 7:40 minimum because we have to wait until everyone comes. So if someone missed the initial beginning, so they'll become confused. So I'll be just starting the class at 7:40 every day. 7:30 is our timing. So the link will get changed once the classes are get confirmed. Once people paid the fee, the link will get changed.
okay, sure. Thank you.
Yes.
And one more, actually, I paid for multi-cloud,
Okay.
AWS, Azure, Terraform.
Okay.
Okay, and you told that as you confirm, someone want to only AWS,
Hmm.
then they can leave after AWS portion complete.
Yes.
We will be complete. But I have I'm willing to continue AWS, Azure, and Terraform. So
Mhm.
that's why I paid. So suppose AWS will complete, then for when Azure will start, for that Azure, that course link will be changed, or
The link will be changed.
okay. For that I need to I need to register again register that course, or it will automatically I will get a link.
So you don't need to worry about. So our admin will reach out to you and will share the link to which link that you have to join, from where you can find the notes and all. Okay.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, once the AWS is completed, whenever we are changing the link, we will be having the list people who enrolled for multi-cloud, right? So we will be reaching out to them and we will be sharing the link.
Okay.
Okay.
And about suppose you would provide any notes, PDF, then how we will get?
So we will be creating a Google Classroom. In that Google Classroom, we will be sharing the links. Notes. Okay, so that will be finalized. We will anyway, we are already sharing it for the previous batches. So whenever the sessions are get logged, okay, as of now, payments are getting happened, right? So within 2 to 3 days, so the sessions will be locked and the link will get changed. Only who paid the fee can enter into the session. For them, we will be creating a Google Classroom and we will be sending an invite. So we will be guiding you how to get the notes and all.
Okay, sure. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So DJK, I allowed you to talk.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, నా పేరు ధీరజ్ సార్.
Yes.
సారీ ఫర్ దట్. ఎనీవే సార్, నేను అడిగింది డేటా సైన్సెస్ కోసం ప్రిపేర్ అవుతున్నాను సార్. ఇందామ నాన్ టెక్నికల్.
Okay.
అండ్ సో నాకు ఎంతవరకు యూజ్ వస్తుంది సార్ ఈ క్లాస్?
యా, సో ఈవెన్ మనం డేటా సైన్స్ లో వర్క్ చేసిన, AWS లో వర్క్, ఐ మీన్ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ వైజ్ వర్క్ చేసిన, సో మనకి ఏంటంటే మెయిన్ క్లౌడ్ లో మనం క్రియేట్ చేసేది ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్. ఓకే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీరు డేటా సైన్స్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వీ మైట్ హ్యావ్ అన్ ETL టూల్స్, రైట్? అథీనా అని చెప్పేసి ఒక ETL టూల్, తర్వాత మీకు డేటాబేస్ ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేయాలనేది నాలెడ్జ్ ఉండాలి. అవన్నీ కూడా ఏంటంటే ఈ పర్టికులర్ కోర్స్ లో కవర్ అవుతాయి. Okay, whenever there is a database, for example, you want to link this database or data warehouse, like anything with a server, so you have to have the networking knowledge and server knowledge, right? So all this will be covered in this particular course.
ఓకే, మాకు AI అజ్యూర్ AI సర్టిఫికేషన్ చేయమని సజెస్ట్ చేశారు సార్.
Okay,
అండ్ అది ఎంతవరకు మీరు కవర్ చేస్తారు సార్?
so Azure AI ఇందులో కవర్ అవ్వదు. ఓకే, సో
Azure AI.
ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ సర్వీసెస్ మనకు సెపరేట్ ఉంటాయి, ఆ AI ఇందులో కవర్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, ఇదంతా ఏంటంటే మోస్ట్లీ సొల్యూషన్ ఆర్కిటెక్ట్, ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ పార్ట్ అంతా ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది ఇందులో.
ఓకే. అండ్
Okay.
సార్, AWS కి మీరు చెప్పే సిలబస్ సర్టిఫికేషన్ కోసం
Yes.
అవుతుందా సార్?
పనిచేస్తుంది. సో సర్టిఫికేషన్ వీ హ్యావ్ అ డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ సర్టిఫికేషన్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ క్లౌడ్ ప్రాక్టీషనర్ ఉందనుకోండి. క్లౌడ్ ప్రాక్టీషనర్ ఈస్ వెరీ బేసిక్ సర్టిఫికేషన్. పీపుల్ హూ ఆర్ ఫ్రెషర్స్, దే కెన్ క్లియర్ ద సర్టిఫికేషన్ వన్స్ ఆఫ్టర్ కంప్లీటింగ్ దిస్ కోర్స్ ఇమీడియట్లీ విత్ ఇన్ just 2 to 3 days. You can just go through and you can complete it. So we'll have another level of certification which is solution architect associate level. For that, once after completing this course, I suggest you to look at some test papers or modules and doing just practice questions. Then you can go for the certification. It will help for the certification as well.
సో సార్ సెకండ్ లెవెల్ ఆఫ్ సర్టిఫికేషన్ కి ఏ ప్రయర్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ అవసరం లేదు సార్, యాజ్
We
ఎ
do not
ఫ్రెషర్ కూడా చేసుకోవచ్చు.
see. Actually, we need a prior experience, but to overcome that, so better to do with some test papers, practice questions. So then we can overcome that.
మీరు డంప్ లాగా ఏమైనా ప్రొవైడ్ చేయగలుగుతారు సార్?
Dumps we do not provide, so you can get the dumps from many places like Viz Labs and all. So there
Okay.
you can find the latest dumps and all.
ఓకే షూర్ సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Okay, yeah. Aravind, I allowed you to talk.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, Aravind.
Yes, sir. When this batch started, is it started yesterday or?
It is started yesterday. So we started it. We started it is started 4 days, 5 days back. But again, we started discussing everything from the scratch from yesterday.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, guys. So I'll be going. Sweta, we will be having the notes as well. But yes, I'll be sharing you once the sessions are locked. Okay, in next 2 to 3 days. So I'm going on mute, guys. If you have any doubts, you can stay back, or if you do not have any doubts, you can close the session. So I'll go to the offline.